Hello everyone, my name is Hunter Caskey, and this is my completed project for streaming webcam footage from a Raspberry Pi 3 over Wi-Fi to a host. So I just wanted to talk quickly about the setup I'm using to accomplish this. So I have all my hardware set up. It's fairly straightforward in that there's a battery that I'm going to be using to power the Pi so you can move it around everywhere. You don't have to have it hooked into a wall outlet or anything like that. And then I'm using the provided USB webcam, and that just plugs right in, and it's, it hooks up right away to the device drivers on the Pi, and it's pretty straightforward. I plugged in an HDMI cable connected to a monitor so I can kind of interface with the Raspberry Pi a little bit easy. And then I also have, my keyboard and mouse set up too. So in here, I just want to kind of go through a couple things. So what I have done is enabled a custom WLAN 0 interface on the Raspberry Pi, and that's going to basically handle the Wi-Fi communications on the part. So if I take a look at my network interfaces file, you can see I've kind of modified it a bit to pull up a custom Wi-Fi network. I'm going to call it RPi ad hoc network here. So this is a basic kind of just setting up that interface. One other gotcha that I kind of had to walk through myself was setting up a DHCP server, which involved downloading a DHCP client to run. It involved putting this file into the etc directory, so it kind of knows how to set itself up as a DHCP server. So you have to kind of enable it via this authoritative command, and then set up an IP address with a net mask, and then have a range of the devices that can connect in. And that was all required to get my host to be able to connect to this. I had no problem issuing the web page from my Raspberry Pi and connecting locally to an internet browser, but it was needed for connecting another PC. And then if you check here, this is just indicating that I have this DHCP server, up and running. As you can see here in the web browser that I have running on the Pi, this is actually the footage coming up. It's just, the webcam is pointing at another Pi that I have. So if I back this up a little bit, it'll be reflected in the footage. It's a little bit laggy, but it's doing this job. All right, I'm gonna move on to a demonstration from streaming from the Raspberry Pi to a host computer now. Hey everyone, I'm going to give a quick video demonstrating the stream of the webcam video from the Raspberry Pi that I have mounted on my quadcopter to a host PC. I've been having an issue with the batteries on my drone, so to kind of just avoid that issue for now, I have it suspended from my garage door hanger just to kind of simulate flight. So as you can see, I have my Raspberry Pi mounted with a battery onto the quadcopter with the webcam plugged in via USB. Now on my host PC, you can see here that the Raspberry Pi comes up in my network settings here as a ad hoc network. So it's a Wi-Fi network that the Raspberry Pi is producing. And then I'm already connected to it in my Wi-Fi settings. So now, if I switch over to my internet browser, I can see the live video stream that's being sent out over Wi-Fi from the drone. So it's capturing my wall now. It's spinning around. You can see various different angles of the garage, kind of up and down a little bit. Yeah, it's very blurry, but it's doing the job for now. But yeah, anyway, that's my demonstration. Thanks for watching.